When it comes to current events, when something big happens in the world, fans know they will likely hear a discussion about it on The View. However, viewers have recently been asking questions after one hot topic in the news wasn't discussed on the show. Since then, fans have been talking about the issue on social media. Fans, as well as at least one other figure in the media, talked about recent discussions on The View. The View has been airing since 1997. With a number of co-hosts sitting at the famous table over the years, fans have seen the ladies of The View discuss a number of hot topic issues. However, fans were recently caught off guard when one recent current event didn't appear to be addressed on The View. In fact, this wasn't just commented on by fans on social media, but by other figures in the media, as well. The world of talk shows recently made news when it was announced that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended after making comments following the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. However, Kimmel and his show were not mentioned on The View during its most recent episodes. For many, this was all the more noticeable as Jimmy Kimmel Live and The View both air on ABC. Even figures in the media discussed the apparent omission. During a recent episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, Maher himself talked about Kimmel, noting, "I'm friendly with the ladies on The View, but they didn't say anything about this week." Nothing. A few fans debated the reason the story wasn't brought up. On social media, fans especially wondered why the co-hosts didn't discuss the story. As one fan speculated, The View definitely got a stand-down order. They continued, "None of the ladies have addressed this on social media so far." The post continued, "The only hot topic today is Kash Patel's hearing and 2 interviews like their colleague didn't just get fired. This is a very sad moment at ABC and I really hope the women take a stand either on the podcast or in their personal capacities. Also sucks this had to happen on Sarah's birthday." Some fans suspected that the episode could have been taped before the news came out. The View is usually broadcast live. However, there have been times when episodes are pre-taped. Recently, it's been noted that Friday episodes are usually taped. A few fans also shared they were surprised that certain co-hosts in particular didn't discuss the issue, as many are known for being blunt about their views, such as Behar. To some, it was especially unusual considering her tenure on the show. Maher himself shared a similar sentiment, jokingly saying, because it's never been their thing to weigh in on the issues, when talking about the co-hosts. Whoopi Goldberg herself has occasionally joked about this on the show. In one past episode, she noted that a studio audience looked familiar, likely having filmed 2 episodes with them. Some viewers claimed they only watched recent episodes to see the co-hosts' thoughts on the Jimmy Kimmel story. Others disagreed, believing that the co-hosts were told not to discuss the issue. In fact, a few commenters claimed that they didn't normally watch the show, but tuned in so they wanted to hear them discuss Kimmel. Meanwhile, some did suggest it could have simply been a pre-taped show. Thanks to this, some fans believe the story will be discussed in the upcoming week. As mentioned, a few fans were especially surprised to see certain co-hosts not discuss the story. Some comments included, "I broke my moratorium on this show and wanted to see what the ladies had to say about the Kimmel thing. When they started on Patel, I knew they weren't going to say anything. Yes, watch to hear what they had to say, if anything. They said nothing. Can't risk those posh jobs, ladies. Weak. I thought Joy would have said her piece, job be damned. She's 83, at the end of the road on this show, maybe she could have gone out with some courage. I don't think it was a live episode, maybe it was filmed before he got stood down. I'm thinking it will be next week before we hear commentary from The View hosts. I didn't think Joy Behar would sit there and be pressured into silence. These people are rich, they don't even need this job. So they sold themselves out. I'm watching it now, confused as well. Does anyone know when this is taped? The news about Jimmy Kimmel came out around 7 last night.